Hello math learners! Check this out. Convert the following: centimeters to meters, yard to feet, miles to kilometers, millimeters to meter, kilometers to miles. This unit of measures talks about the measurement of length. So the question is, do you know how to convert units for length? But if you don't, then finish this video and I will teach you how. But before anything else, hit that subscribe button and notification bell for you to be updated of these cool clear math videos just like this. Hello math learners! Welcome to another session here in Math Learning with Sir Ash. This is still your free access math teacher Ash, and today we're going to discuss measurement, conversion of units for length. This is a topic in the most essential learning competency-based lesson for quarter 2 of the grade 7 mathematics. So the question is, how do we convert length? Now, talking about measurements for length, we have two standard systems. The first one is the metric system and the second one is the English system. The metric system is what we are using in our nation, while the English system is commonly used by people in the Europe and the Western countries. Now, the question is, how do we convert measurements? Okay, if we are dealing with the metric system, then we can use the conversion line. What is this conversion line? The conversion line is a line with the units of measurement. So the base unit of that one is the meter for length, okay? Now, this meter, if you go smaller, you will first encounter the decimeter, then the centimeter, and the millimeter. Of course, centimeter and millimeter are very common for us because we can see it usually in our ruler. Now, if we go bigger, from meter, the first thing that you will encounter is the decameter, known as dam. And then, you will encounter the hectometer, and then finally, the kilometer. Now, don't get me wrong, my dear math learners, there are a lot of units for length in the metric system. Basically, these are the most common things that we use. Okay, so why did I put this in our discussion? Now, converting one unit from the metric system to another unit in the metric system, basically you can use this one. For example, let's consider example number 1, example number 4, because that is centimeter and meter, millimeter and meter. Okay, so we have here 924 centimeters converted to meters. Okay, now, our original unit is cm, so that is here. Now, we will be going to the meter. So, we will move 2 units to the left. Now, my dear math learners, it will be very handy for you if you can memorize or familiarize the concept or the positions of the units in the conversion line. Okay, so we move 2 units to the left. Now, what we need to do here is we just locate our decimal point from our given value. So since this is 924, of course that is a whole number. The decimal point is right here, right? Okay, so we will move 2 units to the left. Move 2 units to the left. So basically we will be landing here. So that will become 9.24 meters. Easy, right? So that is how you convert using the conversion line. Now, let's consider the fourth example, 758 millimeters to meters. Now, we have 754 millimeters to meters. Okay. So, we are also here, millimeters. So, our original unit is in here. We will be going to meters. So, we will be moving 1, 2, 3. 3 units again to the left. Okay. So, where is the decimal point in our value? 754. Of course, that is here. So, if the original is here, we will be moving 3 units to the left. And we will be landing here. So, therefore, what we'll have is 0.754 meters or 754 thousandths meter. Easy, right? Now, let's consider more examples. What if we have an example from kilometer going to the decameter? Okay, let's say we have 4.8 kilometers. How much is that in decameter? Okay, of course, we are here, right? Okay, and then we will be going to the decameter. So that is 1, 2. We will be moving 2 units to the right. Now, our original value is 4.8. Our decimal point is right here. So we will be moving 2 units. 1, 2. So the decimal point will be here. Of course, since there are no value in that one, we will just be adding 0. And that is 480 decameter. Easy, right? That is how you convert metric units to metric units for length. Easy, right? Now, let's consider the English system. Now, for the English system, the standard unit for the length is inches. Okay? And then followed by feet or foot, if it is only one. And then followed by yard. And then miles. Okay. So, what is the conversion between this one? Now, if you have 1 foot, that is 12 inches. If you have 1 yard, that is 3 feet. And if you have 1 mile, you have 1,760 yards. So, technically, as you can see, this is quite a handful to memorize. But for me, I just use the 1 foot and the inches, and then everything follows. Now, let's try to solve English system to English system. We have here yard to feet. Okay, that's it. So that is 6.23 yards. What is the equivalent in feet? Okay. So we have 6.23 yards. How do we do that in feet? Okay. Now, how do we solve this one? Do we use the conversion line? No, we don't use it. What we will use is the conversion ratio. Now, what is this conversion ratio? Since this is an equivalent, right? 1 foot is to 12 inch, 1 yard is to 3 feet, 1 mile is to 1760 yards. We will make a ratio out of that. Okay, so how is this made? You just multiply it to a conversion ratio. Since this is yard, and we will be going to feet, which is this one. So, we have here the ratio for yard to feet. So, that is multiplication. Since your yard is a whole number, meaning this is in the numerator side, what you need to multiply is that your yard should be in the denominator side so that that can be cancelled. Now, as we know, what is the conversion between yard to feet? That is 1 yard is equal to 3 feet. So what we will do is you just multiply this mathematical expression. So now, you just multiply 6.23 times 3 divided by 1. We already cancelled our yard. So that gives us 6.23 times 3, and that is 18.69 feet. And this is the value for the conversion of 6.23 yards to feet. That is 18.69 feet. Easy, right? Now, let's consider another example. Let's say we have 300 inches. What would that be in yards? Okay. So, how do we do this one? What you need to do is you just write your 300 inches, multiply by the conversion. So, is there a conversion from inches to yard in our given? So, we don't have, because our inches is right here, our yard is right here. So, what do we do is you multiply it step by step. You change this first to feet and then to yard. Okay. So, since our inches is in the numerator side, this inches here for the conversion should be in the denominator side. And that will give you 12 inches into 1 foot. And then, that will be cancelled, right? But, your end result is foot, not yard. So, you will multiply again a conversion ratio, which is, this is in the numerator side, the foot. So, your foot is here, or your feet. And then, the conversion line is the yard. So, yard per feet. So, 1 yard is 3 feet. Okay. So, that will give you 300 times 1 times 1. And then, over the denominator side, we have 12 times 3. So, basically, this foot and feet here will be cancelled out. You will have your yard. So, that gives you 300 over 12 times 3, that is 36. Now, if I use the powers of 6, 300 divided by 6, that will give me 50. And 36 divided by 6, that will give me 6. So, 50 divided by 6, that is 8, 48. That is 2. I will have an index of 2. So, 20 divided by 6, that will give me 3, 18, 2. So, that is 8.33. So, therefore, my final answer for the yard is 8.33 yards. Easy, right? Now, let us go to what we call cross conversion. What happens if you have a given that needs to be converted from a metric to English or English to metric? Let's go to the next examples. Okay, math learners, we have here the two examples, 7.5 miles to kilometers and 6.4 kilometers to miles. Okay, now let us have first the conversion ratios from metric to English and English to metric. Okay, for me, the easiest way to do this is just to know at least two. Okay, now in 1 inch, there is 2.54 centimeters. And that is for me to remember the smaller units of length. Now, for bigger units, 1 mile is equal to 1.6 kilometers. Okay, so that's good for me. Okay, so now let us try to solve our problem. We have here 7.5 miles to kilometers. So that is 7.5 miles to kilometers. Now, how do you solve this one? What you have learned from the conversion ratio earlier becomes handy in this part. You will still multiply your 7.5 miles into your conversion ratio. So, you multiply this such that your miles will be below so that they can be cancelled. So, miles to kilometer. Okay, so we have here kilometer. So, basically, what is the conversion ratio between kilometer and miles? In 1 mile, we have 1.6 kilometer. So, the miles here will be cancelled and you just have the mathematical sentence 7.5 times 1.6 divided by 1. So, you know, divided by 1, that is already a whole number. Okay, so we have 7.5 times 1.6. So, 7.5 times 1.6, that will give you 30, 42, 43, 44, 45, 15, 7, 0, 10, carry 1, and that will give you 12. Okay, and then 2 decimals, so that is 12. So, therefore, the answer for 7.5 times 1.6 is 12. So, you have 12 kilometers. And that is the answer for the first given cross conversion. Easy, right? Now, what if you have kilometers to miles? Now, for kilometers to mile, the same tactic or the same technique is applied. So, we have 6.4 kilometers. You multiply it to your conversion ratio. Since kilometer is in the numerator side, we will put kilometer here in the denominator and then its conversion ratio, which is the mile, in the numerator. So, what is the conversion? We have 1 mile is equal to 1.6 kilometer. So, basically, this will be cancelled, km and km, kilometers. And you have the miles now for your unit. And then you have 6.4 times 1 divided by 1.6. Okay, so 6.4 times 1 is still 6.4 divided by 1.6. So that gives you 6.4 divided by 1.6. You move this one, you move this one. The decimal point will be here. The decimal point will be here. So 64 divided by 16, that will give you 4, because 4 times 16, that is 64. You don't have any denominator. Therefore, you have 4 miles for 6.4 kilometers. Easy, right? I hope you have learned a lot of things about this topic on conversion of units for length. Now, this is the time that I will challenge you whether you have understood our topic, and here it is. Okay, math learners, I hope you have a wonderful time about our first topic on measurements in the grade 7 most essential learning competency lessons. Now, if you do have any questions about our topic, do not hesitate to put your comments or your inquiries in our comment section below. Thank you for subscribing, liking this video, and sharing this to your fellow friends, classmates, and schoolmates. This is still your free access math teacher Ash, and always remember, it is fun to learn mathematics if we are together learning. Thank you so much, God bless, and keep safe always. Congratulations, math learners, for arriving to this part of the video. If you think that this video have helped you, click that like button. And if you think that this channel can change the way you see mathematics, do not forget to click that subscribe button and notification bell. Thank you.